We're ready to party! What's up, everyone? How many of you remember that TV show? If you do, you're probably old like me. This one was another simple page because I like simple coloring. I like simple things. I'm a simple kind of guy. To get this party started right, I wanted to look for a picture that reflected of how I felt today, which is lazy. So lazy does it. I love this illustration because of how chill Garfield looks. And if you know Garfield, he is always chill. I think he is the chill professional. So here he is sipping some lemonade with Pookie eating chocolates. That is my kind of day. Though I don't have any chocolate right now, I am definitely craving it. So let's give Garfield some color. I am starting off with a very light base color, and we are going to use darker orange to blend into this. Because if this is your first time here, I like to work a lot with blends. I do not like just solid colors unless I'm working with markers, which I don't have that much experience with, so you guys will be around to watch me experiment with markers. But here I am in my comfort zone using colored pencils. So I'm not sure how old most of my audience is, but I grew up in the 90s, and even though Garfield is more of a 80s, maybe even 70s, Garfield, I grew up with Garfield and Friends on Nickelodeon for a while, and I love the farm animals segment of that show, but Garfield always made me laugh. Every time I go to the thrift store, I'm always looking for those Garfield books because, and the Calvin and Hobbes. I still think they should make Calvin and Hobbes. I think they should make a movie out of that in that old, kind of like in that animation that the Peanuts movie was in. They should definitely do that. I think they could pull that off. Anyway, going back to Garfield. Yeah, so I remember watching that TV show with my older sister. I think she was more into it. I was just waiting on shows from, I don't know, like Gumby or something, or Ninja Turtles, because this is back in the early 90s when my older sister would babysit me, because that was my babysitter, even though she was like 3 years older than I was, and I was in the second grade. So this is probably like in 1993, and so that's when this TV show was most memorable to me. And I used to always wonder, okay, so Garfield was talking all the time, but was his owner able to understand him? Like, could he hear him? Because he never answered back to Garfield, but Garfield would always respond to him vocally. But in the books, Garfield's word bubbles were always thought bubbles. But I think the other animals could understand him, but the owner, John, never responded to his whatever he was saying. So every time I watch that show, like, I still watch it today. So when when Garfield was talking to John, I'm always trying to wait for, like, is he going to respond to Garfield as if he's having a conversation with him? So that would prove that he can really understand him. But I guess that never happened, so I'm just gonna go with Garfield talks to him through thought, but John doesn't really hear him. So also growing up during that time, there was another TV show that I used to watch, which also starred another orange cat, and that was Heathcliff. And you guys should, like, 80s and early 90s intro tunes, like, they were the catchiest. So Heathcliff, I love the intro. That got me hooked. And I don't know, Garfield and Heathcliff were kind of similar, maybe aesthetically, but I think Heathcliff was more of a troublemaker. Oh, wait, so was Garfield. But I guess Heathcliff was more mischievous. Anyway, back to the drawing. So I chose to give him lemonade because I didn't know what else he would be drinking. I mean, if I'm relaxing, I would go for coffee, but not coffee in a glass, unless it's cold coffee. But then he has what looks like a lemon, so I'm just gonna say he's drinking lemonade. So when I'm working with the title, I wanted to do like a different blend of colors, but I had to be careful about that because I didn't want to take away from the actual drawing of Garfield. So, and plus, like, when I'm thinking of the word lazy, I'm not thinking of like greens blending in with reds or yellows or anything. I'm just thinking of blue because blue just seems like the chill color. And then lastly, I'm working on the box of chocolates. I didn't really have a preference of what color the chocolate box would be, and I feel like maybe red was okay, but it kind of stands out a bit much from the rest of the picture. But anyway, I hope you guys liked it, and if you enjoy this video, like and subscribe for more. I'll be sure to put out a video every week. See you later.